Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So before we get started, if you like what I'm doing over here, go ahead and give me a like. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'll probably will never see you again, but thank you for stopping by. So we are doing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, Episode 4, Threads, Lies, and Videotape. So it all starts off with Tisha's event. So Tisha was the keynote speaker at an event called Go Girls. Now, when she got up there to give her speech, she was extremely nervous, which is understandable because I get that nervous if I have to speak in front of a large group. I totally was experiencing what she was experiencing because she was so nervous to the point where it seemed like she was like choking on her words, or she couldn't even speak. I mean, she was breathing really hard, like she had been exercising or something, and she could barely get the words out. She was extremely nervous, and I have been there before, so I was like totally feeling her pain. But then as she started speaking, she got better and better and better, and she got control of her nerves, and she was still a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous, but it got better as she went on. And her speech was really good. Her whole speech was about, being married and being a mom for so many years and kind of losing herself in those two roles, and then realizing one day that she had neglected her own dreams and her own goals and making the decision to try to pursue them after being a stay-at-home wife for so long. And so she talked about how she got herself back in the game, went back to school, doing now what she loves to do. And overall, it was a really good speech. I was really proud of Tisha. Martell did end up showing up, and he came with a bouquet of flowers, which is really sweet, really nice, because Tisha loves flowers. Her mom was there, Kimmy was there, and she also had a friend by the name of April that also attended, who I think was part of the whole event. And so after her speech, she's talking to Kimmy, April, and her mom. And I think the subject of the Holtz came up, and her friend April was like, girl, don't worry about them. Don't even think about them. We're here to make money, so don't give them a second thought. And then her mom mentioned to Kimmy that, or she was just making a statement, but it was really directed to Kimmy. Her mom mentioned how she doesn't like fake people, and she was implying that Kimmy was fake and implying that Kimmy was playing both sides between the Scotts and the Holtz, which I don't think Kimmy is doing that. I think Kimmy is just trying to be very neutral. She's trying to be very diplomatic. She's trying to keep her friendship going on with both sides. But it's hard because the two sides they're like extremely acrimonious towards one another. It's like World War III between the Holtz and the Scotts. So, she's trying to dodge the bullets and just trying to keep the peace with everything. But Tisha's mom, Miss Wanda, thinks that she's being fake. Now, Miss Wanda, she's a mature woman, and I would have thought that Miss Wanda would have approved of Kimmy kind of trying to stay out of it and, keeping both friendships going. But I think it's kind of juvenile for Miss Wanda to expect Kimmy to choose sides. She doesn't have to choose sides. She's friends with both of them. There's nothing wrong with that. Why should you break up your friendship with one just because the other one doesn't like them? That's so elementary. But moving on from that. So after that, we are with Martell and Melody, and Melody's mom has come over, and they're talking about what else? Their favorite topic, the Scotts. And what's so crazy is that they mention how Marcel had put it out there that there was a sex tape of Melody's mom, and I was shocked because she's somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother. Are they doing that at that age? Are they recording themselves at that age? I couldn't believe it. I kind of doubt it. Okay, so if Marcel really has access to this sex tape, that's insane. For him to mention it, for him to threaten that he's going to release it, or for him to even put it out there, that's just wrong. Now, the person who I think might be in the tape with her is some guy named Mark, who is Marcel and Maurice's brother. So Mark worked for the Holtz and the Scotts. I think they had a business venture together, like a construction company together. And Mark worked for both families, and he was one of their contractors. And Melody's mom was also, I guess, a part of the company, and she was the one that dealt with the contractors on a daily basis. So her and Mark, I guess, had developed a pretty close work relationship. I don't know if it was romantic, because Melody says that they weren't dating, but I don't know if it was more than friendship, but not quite boyfriend and girlfriend, friends with benefits, who knows. But evidently Mark and Melody's mom were a little bit closer than most, I guess. And I don't know, but Melody's mom said that there is no sex tape, and she said even if there was a sex tape, it is her business because she's grown. So if there is not a sex tape, then for Marcel to put that out there as if there is just nasty and wrong, but I don't know. If he said it, he shouldn't have said it. Whether there is one, there isn't one. For him to go out there and put someone's mom, someone's grandmother out there like that, Marcel was wrong for that. He was completely wrong for that. So then we go to Kimmy's birthday dinner. So it's Kimmy's birthday, and her husband Maurice takes her out to a nice dinner. And, they're talking about her quitting her job again, which she doesn't really want to get into because it's her birthday. It's a special night. She doesn't want to talk about quitting her job. They talk about their honeymoon, which I don't know when this was filmed. I'm assuming it was filmed at the end of 2019, probably. She talks about their honeymoon and how, she hasn't really had time to plan it, but she's looking towards maybe for the summer. I'm thinking summer of 2020. Well, we know that basically everybody's vacation plans were ruined for the summer of 2020. So they talk about that, and Maurice mentions how, or somewhere in the conversation it's mentioned that this was her first birthday without her son Jalen. So then the night goes on, the dinner goes on, and then Maurice says, I have a surprise for you. And you see this person walking behind Kimmy, who I thought was a waiter, but it ended up being her son holding this really delicious looking chocolate cake. And so he walks up to the table with this chocolate cake with candles, and she turns around and she sees her son, and she almost starts crying. She was so happy. It was a wonderful surprise. That was a really good birthday. So, she was able to have her birthday with her son, and that was really, really sweet. So that was cute. Okay, so then we move on to Martell, Marcel, and Cedric meeting at the gym. So Cedric had a plan to bring the two men together. That's how it is in these reality TV shows. When there's two sides that are having beef, there's always that one person who's trying to get them together to make amends. And 99% of the time it never works out. It actually makes it worse. So Cedric comes up with this brilliant idea to get the two guys together. So he tells one to meet him at the gym without telling the other that the other one's coming. So that the other one's going to be there. So it's him and Marcel, and then all of a sudden, here comes Martell. Needless to say, the meeting didn't go well. Marcel extended his hand to shake Martell's hand. Martell bypassed that. He wasn't going to have that. And so, of course, they start rehashing the Twitter beefs, what you said, what he said, and you said this and you did that. Martell accused Marcel of sending his tax documents to some blogger who I guess exposed it all over the web. I wonder what those tax documents showed. And so it's just a bunch of, quienes más macho, you did this, you did that, and I'm going to do this. It was just nonsense. These juvenile boys making these empty threats to each other, acting completely immature. It seemed like to me, from what I got from that scene, is that Marcel might have been willing to get past this beef, but Martell is not. Martell and Melody, they're in a lot of ways, not some ways, in a lot of ways, though that couple were meant for each other, because they know how to put up a good front. They know how to appear successful. And the one thing that they know how to do best is to block people out. They hold on for dear life. They hold on to a grudge. Melody and Martell know how to hold on to a grudge. So Martell wasn't having it, but it did seem like to me that Marcel, might have, broken the ice a tiny, tiny, tiny bit if Martell was willing, but Martell was not willing. And so They accuse each other of making threats. Martell said, well, Letitia's mom, Miss Wanda, threatened us. She threatened us. He was talking about the reunion, and they showed a clip of that. And she wasn't threatening anybody. For her to say, we're coming after you, we're coming at you. She was just talking. It was just words. And then Marcel saying that Martell threatened his life. Even Cedric came in and said, no, whatever he said, he was not threatening your life. I did not take that as a threat to your life. Because Marcel called the cops. He filed a police report against Martell for that. But it was just it was just so silly. It was just so silly. Basically, they're not making amends. Of course, because they need the beef to go on to keep the show interesting. It was just stupid. It was just dumb. So then after that, Marcel goes home. And of course, he has to tell Letitia, he went to the gym. And Cedric had arranged a surprise meeting between him and Martell. And so he tells her about that. And they both are like, we would never, give tax documents to any blogger. We would never do that. And then Tisha's like, how do we even have access to his tax documents? First of all. Now, in this particular scene, Tisha is looking really pretty. Her hair is like straight. Her makeup was, she was just looking really, really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. And so anyways, as they're speaking about this, Marcel brings up the fact how, you going to Melody's event, that also came up. And Tisha was like, well, did you defend me? And he was like, well, I didn't condone what you did. And she's like, so you didn't even defend me? You felt like it was right for them to call the security on me, like I was a threat to them. And if Marcel's like, no, they shouldn't have done that because you weren't a threat. And I did say that they didn't have to call security on you because you were not a threat. So if that's defending you, then yes, I defended you. But Marcel made it clear to Tisha that she had no business going there because Marcel said he told Tisha to not go to Melody's event. And he made a really good point. He says, I'm a protector and I'm a provider. And my way of protecting you was telling you to not go. Now, when you step out of that and you want to go ahead and do your own thing, how can I protect you? So I'm so angry that Tisha went to that event for so many reasons, because it made her look stupid. It gave more leverage to Melody. It made Melody make her look like a fool. You're getting escorted out of this event like you were up to no good. It was just stupid for Tisha to show up at this event. I hate the fact that she did that. Her husband told her not to go. She looked dumb doing it. And then Melody made her look like a fool. I already said that, but she shouldn't have gone. Anyways, but she did. Now she's got to deal with it. And so then it jumps to Martell telling his wife about what happened at the gym. And basically Martell and Melody have concluded that they will never be friends with the Scotts, that it's over, it's done, there's no way to repair this. And I believe it. I totally believe it, because Melody seems like to me that she will hold on to a grudge, and that even if it ever comes to a point where Melody decides to make amends and bury the hatchet and all of that, it won't be the same. Melody to me just seems like someone who, she will pretend to forgive, and she will let you know that she hasn't forgotten. That's how she seems like to me. I don't think Melody she's just not someone who I feel like can move past being made a fool of, because she was embarrassed about her husband having this affair on her. And the Scotts, Letitia and Marcel, were the driving force in constantly bringing up this affair. And everything stems from that. And so I can't see Melody really getting over it, really truly becoming friends with Letitia ever again. Now, Martell and Melody, as they were speaking at the end of the show, they were talking about how, they want to be like them. The Scotts want to be like them. And I kind of believe that. I don't know about Marcel so much, but Tisha, I think, wants to be like them. I think she wants to emulate what they have, which is like this, successful. I don't know how successful they really are. I haven't looked at their, business paperwork and tax paperwork, so I don't know if they're really making money or not, but they give this appearance of a successful couple. And Melody gives this appearance of a very strong, confident woman who, you know, just can basically get through anything. You know, her husband cheated on her. It was exposed to the whole wide world, and she just kept on trucking. And I think, you know, Letitia kind of envies that. And I've said this before. Letitia envies that. And I totally believe the Holts when they say that, hey, they want to be like us. I believe it. I think Letitia really wants to be like them. But anyways, so that's my review for season 4. And a whole bunch of rambling all over the place. I'm trying to get better at this. I'm trying to be a little bit more concise. This is only 15 minutes and not 30. That's great. So at least on that part, I'm getting better. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Please come back. I'll talk to you later. Bye.